I just met a lady with a chip in her hand. You know what she did? She pulled out her phone and she scanned her hand like it was an app, like it was a barcode. Not only that, guys, she told me that this is the future, that her job made her do it. Some big company, I can't say the company, guys. I'm not gonna tell you the company, I can't do that. She scanned her hand. Guys, she has a chip in her hand, and she had the nerve to tell me that I'm gonna have to get it soon too. I told her, who the hell you think you're talking to, bro? I'm not getting nothing. Then she goes on talking about this digital ID things, which I know nothing about. She told me that I'm gonna have to make a choice real soon. I said, I made my choice. Seems like you made yours too. Then she started talking about Sweden, how people already got chips in their hand. Entertainment purposes only. This is what she said. I don't know how true this is. And I don't know who that lady is. But the fact that she had the nerve to come up to me and tell me that I'm gonna have to get this too, I ain't getting nothing. I would rather go do it before I comply. Let's not forget, guys, it's starting elsewhere, but one day it's gonna be right here in front of our faces. Some lady, she's here. She had it in her hand. She's working for a certain company that I cannot mention. Guys, get ready. It's about to go down. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this, because I don't know what to think. I'm out.
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth, as well as much respect and honors to the brothers that are pushing this truth in sincerity across the four winds of this earth and risking their lives and freedom to do so. I would also like to give much honors and respect to the brothers and sisters that are of the hope for the elect, that are doing their very best to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High to the best of their abilities. Shalom. As you saw and heard in this TikTok video, this Jake right here, he's talking about that MO to the T to the B. He said he met a lady that had a C-hip, okay, in her hand, and she had to have it for her job. Now here it is. I want to say a couple of years back there was a company, I believe, out of Wisconsin, okay, and they were having their employees to get this MO to the T to the B, so that they could have access to the building, I think computers and other things too within that facility, okay? And so with that being said, you already got people walking around with that MO to the T to the B. That MO to the T to the B is already here, okay? You got a bunch of people in Sweden, okay, that's walking around with that MO to the T to the B. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Sweden, they didn't go into lockdowns during that C to the 1 or to the 9er, okay? Now here it is. I mean, speaking of that MO to the T to the B, as I was saying, it's already here. It just hadn't been mandated as of yet. But you best believe very soon these devils are going to come down with great wrath and they're going to mandate it. Okay, this is why these devils, they're coming up with all of these different, they creating all of these different calamities and whatnot. They coming up, with these different ice raids. They coming up, here it is. They're laying a bunch of people off, from work. Okay, they got inflation and everything like that going on. Okay, here it is. They're talking about next month. They're going to do away with food stamps and stuff. These devils, they're trying to create chaos, okay, so that they can come in and bring the order, okay? These devils, they're trying to create chaos so that they can come in and bring martial law. They can bring lockdowns, okay? And then here it is, they can, make everything go digital, which eventually everything will soon go digital, and it will be backed by that MO to the T to the B, that implantable grant of rights that these devils are going to try to force everyone to get very soon, okay? Again, that MO to the T to the B is already here. You got people walking around with it, okay? It just hadn't been mandated as of yet, but you best believe very soon these devils are going to mandate it. This is why they're coming up with all of this different chaos, they creating all of this different chaos so that they can turn around and act like they're the good guys and bring a solution. But you best believe that solution that these devils are going to bring, it's not going to benefit you, Israel, okay? Because the Most High Yahweh Shai told us to stay clear of that MO to the T to the B. And that's what's going to be these devils' ultimate solution, that MO to the T to the B, okay? And if you get that, Israel, the Most High Yahweh Shai is going to destroy you, However, we already know, 2/3 of our people, they lack faith. And so when these devils come down with great wrath, we already know that the 2/3 of our people, they're going to run down there, they're going to receive it. And that right there is going to lead to their destruction. Okay. But, I saw this short video right here, and I just thought that I would bring out a quick lesson. You know, that hour of temptation is near. Okay. And very soon, these devils, they're going to come down with great wrath. Okay. And try to force everyone to get that MO to the T to the B. And, again, this is why we always stress repentance, Israel. And when I say Israel, I'm talking about you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those that are other speckled bird that look like these other nations. But you go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on your father's side. Because, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is going to have a hedge of protection over his elect. Okay? The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is going to protect his elect. Okay? The elect is going to reject that MO to the T to the B. And again, the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be with his elect. And Lord willing, we of that elect number. And so what I'm going to go ahead on and do is I'm going to bring out a couple of scriptures, and then we will end the lesson. Okay, the first scripture I want to go to is in the book of Revelation, and this is chapter 13, and I want to start in verse 16. And it reads, "And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Okay, and see, those who get, that MO to the T to the B, what they will be doing is they will be showing their allegiance to this devil Esau. Those that take, Esau's MO to the T to the B, what they'll be doing is they will be bowing down and worshiping the image of the beast. Okay, they will have the name of the beast, and they will have, his mark. Verse 17, it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." Okay, and see, just like how, you had a lot of people, during that sea scandemic, they ran down to the Esau and they drank this beetle juice. You're going to have a lot of people, they're going to run down to Esau and get that sea hip. You're going to have a lot of our people, they're going to run down to Esau and get that, that sea hip, that MO to the T to the B, to basically try to save themselves, because they lack faith in the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? And see, here it is, men of our people, they lack faith. Here it is, men of our people, they fear this devil Esau more so than they do the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, not realizing that the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in control of all things. The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in control of these devils. Okay, the Most High controls the left-hand side as well as the right-hand side. Okay? But see, the problem is a lot of our people, they lack faith, And see, in this lack of faith is what's going to lead to the destruction of the 2/3 of our people over here in Babylon the Great. I want to stay in the book of Revelation, and I want to go to chapter 14. This is Revelation chapter 14, and I want to start in verse 9. And it reads, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand," verse 10, it says, "the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Okay, and see, this right here is straight and to the point. And so with that being said, Israel, if you run down under Esau and you get that MO to the T to the B, the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy you. Okay, you're gonna be missile food. Okay, you walk in charcoal if you get that. Okay, let me see. I want to stay in Revelation, but I want to go to chapter 2. This is Revelation chapter 2, and this is verse 10. And it reads, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Okay, and so with that being said, some of us may be, cast into FEMA camps. You may have some family members, some friends that may turn on you and turn you over to, this devil Esau. And again, you may be cast into some FEMA camps. But with that being said, the Most High will be with us. Okay, and you have to be faithful unto death, And with that being said, you just never know. Okay, you never know what the Most High may do. The Most High may send, an angel to free you. just like how the Most High sent an angel to free Peter out of prison. Okay. But, you have to fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and not this devil Esau. Okay. Because here it is, Esau, he can only destroy the body. Okay. But the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua can destroy both the body and the soul. Okay. And see, this devil Esau, what he wants to do is he wants to control you. Okay. He wants to control you. That's what this devil Esau wants to do. And if you get that, if you take that MO to the T to the B, he may throw you a few crumbs or something like that, treat you like a peasant. But, who wants to live like that? And at the end of the day, you're going to get destroyed if you get it. You're missile food. You're walking charcoal if you get that. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 3, and this is verse 10. And it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, and see, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to keep his elect from the hour of temptation. And again, Lord willing, we are that elect number. Again, the Lord is going to have a hedge of protection over his elect, because the elect is going to continue to trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. The elect is going to keep this truth. Okay, and the elect is going to stand firm and take heed to the warnings. Okay. And we as the hopeful elect, we pledge our allegiance to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and not the God of this world, which is the spiritual demon Satan. Revelation chapter 3, this is verse 11. It says, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast, which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Okay, and so with that being said, you have to continue to trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and hang on to this truth. And don't allow anyone, okay, or, anything, okay, to take your crown. Okay, don't allow this devil Esau, okay, don't allow no family members, don't allow friends, okay, to cause you to fall out of this truth, okay, and go back into the world. Okay, don't allow family or friends, don't allow this devil Esau, to cause you to run down there and get his MO to the T to the B when this devil mandates it. Because again, all that's going to do is just lead to your destruction. Okay, and just like, before, you probably, during that sea scandemic, you probably had, some family, probably even friends that probably tried to get you to run down there, okay, and trust in Esau with his Beetlejuice. Okay, you're going to have family and friends. They're going to do the same thing, okay, when Esau comes down and mandates that MO to the T to the B. Okay, but again, you have to continue to trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and don't allow anyone, to try to talk you into, running down under Esau and getting his MO to the T to the B. Because again, all that's going to do is just lead to your destruction. You're going to be missile food if you get that. Okay. Okay, this is Psalms chapter 37. This is verse 25. And it reads, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Okay, and see, with this devil Esau, what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to tell you that you can't eat unless you get his MO to the T to the B. But at the end of the day, the Most High's words trump Esau's. Okay, the Most High is going to have the final say on who can eat and who can't eat. Okay, and so, you have to trust in the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to take care of his elect. Okay, the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to ensure that his elect have food to eat. The Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to ensure that his elect have everything they need to survive in those days. And again, Lord willing, we are that elect number. But, this is why you have to, repent, Israel, if you haven't already done so. Okay, you have to continue to, fear the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You have to continue to put your faith and trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will provide for you in those times. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to take care of his elect. Okay, And see, right now we're the hopeful elect. And, it's the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that's providing for us right now. Okay. And so, again, you have to continue to endure, Israel. Because, again, the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to have that hedge of protection over his elect. And the elect will have everything they need to survive in those days. Okay. This is Romans, and this is chapter 11, and I want to start in verse 4. And it reads, but what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Okay, and that 7,000 represents the number of completion. And the Lord has reserved to himself an election of men that's going to take heed to his word and return to the Lord and his son. Okay, and that election that the Lord has reserved is not going to bow down to this devil Esau and Esau's beast system. Okay, the elect is not going to take this devil's MO to the T to the B. And there's also women and children that will be in that 1/3 remnant as well. Okay, that election, that 1/3 remnant. There's also women and children included in that. Romans chapter 11, verse 5, it says, even so that at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Okay, and see, the Lord Yahweh Shem has a 1/3 remnant, that he's going to deliver. And again, Lord willing, we of that elect number. Okay, but as for the 2/3 of our people, those of our people who are out here being wicked, they're going to get caught up into some type of judgment. Okay, they're going to run down to Esau, okay, to try to save themselves, and they're going to take Esau's MO to the T to the B. And as a result of them taking Esau's MO to the T to the B, okay, they're going to be missile food over here in Babylon the Great when the Lord Yahweh Shem nukes this place. Okay. Okay, this is Salakia. This is Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 18, this is verse 10. And it reads, the name of the Lord Yahweh Shem is a strong tower. The righteous run it into it and is safe. Okay, and see, those of us that are of the hopeful elect, we fear the Lord Yahweh Shem and not this devil Esau. Okay, those of us that are of the hopeful elect, we're going to continue to call on the Lord Yahweh Shem. We're putting our faith and trust in the Lord. Okay, and those who call on the Lord Yahweh Shem and put their faith and trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem will have a hedge of protection over them. Okay, this is going to be my last scripture, and then we are in the lesson. And this is the book of Isaiah, and this is chapter 33, and this is verse 6. And it reads, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem is his treasure. Okay, and see, having the words of the Lord Yahweh Shem is what's going to keep us stable in these days that we're approaching. Here it is. You have Jacob's trouble. It's here. It's building up. Okay, that MO to the T to the B. Okay, it's already here. It just hadn't been mandated as of yet, but you best believe very soon these devils, they're going to come down with great wrath and they're going to mandate it. And they're going to try to force everyone to get it. Okay, you're already having hell that's beginning to break loose over here in various parts of Babylon the Great. All types of evils are happening over here in various parts of Babylon the Great. And very soon, all hell is going to be breaking loose over here in Babylon the Great. But with that being said, the Lord's elect is going to have this truth. So therefore, the Lord's elect is going to be stable in these times that we're approaching. But as for the 2/3 of our people, they're going to be in a bad case right along with these Edomites and the rest of these heathens over here. Okay, the 2/3 of our people, when this devil comes down and mandates that MO to the T to the B, the 2/3 of our people over here in Babylon the Great, they're going to run down to Esau and they're going to get his MO to the T to the B to try to save themselves. And again, all that's going to do is just lead to their destruction. They're going to be missile food over here. And so, that's pretty much the point. I'm going to go ahead and end off here. Continue to endure, Israel. Okay, we almost home. And so I'm going to go ahead and end off here. I hope it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Kwam Yasharal and Abal Babal. Shalom.